Evaluation helps us to demonstrate our accountability for what we do and how effectively we do it. But more than this, evaluation is key to learning and improving the quality of our aid.
In order to increase result and impact of development cooperation, emphasis has been put on aid effectiveness. Evaluation are a key tool to gather evidence on what extent development policy goals are met.
We have to be clear about what is evaluations and what is really monitoring. While monitoring looks really at the management of the implementation and the results that have been obtained, the evaluation looks more at the question of why something has happened, and in particular, what has been our or the contribution of aid towards achieving certain objectives.
In a nutshell, by learning from successful and not so successful experiences, we can improve our choices and the quality of future strategic engagements and individual interventions. In fact, you could say that conducting an evaluation is as good as looking ahead when riding a bicycle. This enables you to assess the landscape, see what progress you have made, and avoid obstacles on the way. Let's see what we can learn from evaluation findings. For example, budget support evaluations show the positive contribution of budget support to growth and poverty reduction, notably by improving the provision of social services and public finance management systems, but also providing us with a number of important lessons learned.
Number one, we have seen, for example, you cannot buy reforms. In other words, in order for aid to be effective, we have seen that it is better to stay in line with government objectives and government reforms. And in that way, we maximize our effectiveness. Second, we have seen that as regards performance assessment framework, we have often too many indicators, and very often those indicators are more in line with our donor objectives than with government objectives. When does such an evaluation start? It has to start already at the design of the program, which means we have to learn from past evaluations. What were the results, the findings, the conclusions, the recommendations? We have to take that into account in the design of a new program. And then in financing agreements, we already have to include all the elements that are required for carrying out an evaluation within the next 6 or 7 years. So therefore, as regards the statistics, the data, the household surveys, the whole monitoring systems, what are the objectives and the indicators to reach the objectives, all those issues have to be already defined, designed, and formulated at this very early stage.
Evaluation is often considered as the final step of the project and program cycle, but we should always start with evaluation, learn from past evaluations, and make plans now for future evaluations.
The results, the report, should not just stay in a shelf. It should be disseminated. The findings, the conclusions, and the recommendation. And there we have different means. We can use the press, we can use the social media, we can use workshops, seminars, training sessions, and certainly we also in-house. We have the website.
To enhance uptake, remember to involve the stakeholders and key users in the process of an evaluation.
Evaluation is a process of learning, and it's fundamental that from the very beginning the key stakeholders are involved, line ministers, CSO organizations. This would allow very much to increase the ownership and should allow to improve programming and implementation of future aid.
A good evaluation is primarily a useful evaluation, providing the evidence to improve what we do and how we do it. It tells us what we need to know. It explains the changes which have happened. A well-timed evaluation informs decisions in program design. Using evaluation to learn means we can make a difference.